Right, Jack.
Okay.
Can you watch TV? Yeah, TV's on over there. Off you go. So it's going to be his bedtime basically as soon as we finish.
Oh, don't worry. Honestly, don't worry at all, Jen.
So anyway, yes, so you were just saying there that you've been keeping up, but the weekends don't necessarily sit for the yoga. I think it's fine. You know what? You know, a little bit of stretching every week. The whole idea of this is to try and get it into your routine. And if
I
it
know.
works better,
I know,
you know, when
And you know what I find on Tuesday and on Friday morning, I do that really early swim. So like I'm swimming at like 6:15. So I'm coming back and then I'm kind of getting the kids out for school and stuff. And then before I know it, I'm due to be sitting in front of a laptop working. So I find those 2 mornings a struggle. But I often do slot it in, you know, but
Yeah.
psychologically, I just think it's so much better to get it done before 9. Do you know that kind of way?
Yeah. Otherwise it slides. I know.
Otherwise, it's kind of hanging over you, and you're hungry, you want to eat, and you're thinking, no, I can't really eat. I should do my yoga first. It's all of that. That's what I grapple with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly, because I haven't done mine yet today. Well, I'm my meditation, so I'm going to try and do it once I get him down to bed tonight. So
Yeah,
but that's the late. I haven't left it that late for ages because it is just peace of mind that you've done it.
that's right. That's right. And you feel so much better, like when you do it in the morning. You know, that's what I think anyway. You know.
It's just trying to get the routine to work for you. I think that's it. Just whatever, you know, and there'll be mornings where it's going to be a bit tight, or maybe another morning where it's easy and you can do 2 together. Because I'll kind of do that often. I'll just sort of fly through all of them, because basically once I've made the film videos and I'm putting them on, I like to run through them all anyway, just to make sure that all the codes and stuff work, you know. So I find like I've usually got a more leisurely start on a Monday and Tuesday, and then I sometimes run through them as well with Richard, because he has got loads of aches and pains, which I think will be eased with the yoga. So I've been trying to get him. Have you been enjoying it, Richard? The yoga, the little bit that you've been doing definitely does help with he's got knee issues and stuff too. So yeah, I think it's like everybody, it's like it's sort of thing, you know, you probably aren't always like jumping for joy that you've got your yoga to do, but you know that if you do it, you'll feel better for it. And I definitely find, you know, I'm always trying to coax people to do it. You're coming to get massage, because whatever you do, if you're sitting at a desk for long periods, if you're dealing with children for long periods, whatever it is, it's just good for your well-being as well, isn't it? Just to keep yourself sane.
Oh, it definitely is. I can honestly say that, Jen. There's no question about it, because even I've had previous years ago, like my back went into spasm. I've had problems with my back, and I definitely find that I'm so much more flexible with the yoga. You know, I definitely feel more supple and more able to kind of maneuver. And yeah, no, definitely, I think it's really good. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's preventative. And I think, you know, if, you know, for anybody that has, you know, fallen behind, that's kind of like why I like the membership site as well, is like, you know, it just shows you that week, that what you've got to do that week. So you don't have to feel like, oh, I've got loads of videos to catch up on or something, you know, just jump
and that's in. That is really good. Yeah, no, I agree with that. But one question that I had for you, Jen, is if I miss, is there a library, or is there like a back copy that I can see, or what way does that work? Or maybe it's just for the week. It's just
for the week. Yeah, for the website videos, that's how just the way the system works. I have to delete the previous ones and put in, there's only space for
fresh ones. Oh, look, don't worry, it's not a big deal really, because the truth is, you know, you can always you know, you can make do with, or you know, make up with what you've got for that week, I guess, is really what I'm thinking, you know.
I think so. I think each week, you know, between the videos, there's some like stretchy ones. There's usually one that's kind of challenging, and there's one that's usually enough. And you know, even if you miss the week before, if you do some extra that week or something, or
that's just. Right. But you're so encouraging, Jen. You really are. Do you know what? I really do need to get more zoned into the meditation. I'll be really honest with you. I really haven't given that the devotion or the attention. And I don't know whether it's a kind of a, you know, it's kind of, I don't know, maybe it's like an embarrassment thing. It's like, oh my God, what is this? And how do I do this? And I mean, I do the sat nav and all that, and that's not a problem, but I think it's just that kind of letting go. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many styles of meditation, but basically you know, the benefits of trying to do some meditation is it's just to try and really get you focused for that length of time, you know, and
Yeah,
clear all other thoughts aside. So you're really kind of driven, you know, getting it done.
sure.
And
Yeah,
then the idea is that then that carries into other lives. You know, somebody was like, Tamara was saying to me that she'd been getting into the meditation and she found like when we were doing the detox, you know, like your mind starts to go, oh, I would love a piece of chocolate,
yeah.
or, you know, look what he's eating or she's eating. I'd love some of that, you know, but it keeps you focused. So the meditation is kind of, it's part of parcel. It helps you stay focused on keeping your yoga practice going as well. It's like when the alarm goes off in the morning, you know, you're like, I'm gonna do this. But it's just trying to find sometimes the style of meditation that you enjoy. So I've been trying to mix it up some of the weeks, because even just like lie, you know, when you're going to Shavasana at the end and you're relaxing and you're lying and you're pushing all the thoughts aside, everyone usually finds that easy enough to do. And that is meditation in yourself, but it's also quite good to be able to like sit up straight.
Oh yeah, I would never have thought that. That's interesting, just even you saying that. Because I've no problem with that. That's no problem at all. That kind of letting
When you
go
lie
and just,
back, I mean, that's the
yeah,
same, you know, you're relaxing your whole body and then you're just like zoning into the third eye point and focusing on that. But I find with the, you know, it is quite good to get into the whole mantra thing. At the start, I think I was kind of a bit weirded with the mantra as well. You know, I remember going on a yoga retreat years ago with a friend who's a teacher, and he was really weirded out by the mantra. But the whole point of the mantra is it's just, it gives your brain something to think about. It's same with the breathing. You know, like this week's meditation is using the breath, and
yeah,
you know, suspending the breath is supposed to be really good at sort of building endurance and aerobic capacity. Excuse me. And the mantra often just makes it a little bit easier, but you can feel self-conscious if you're having to say the words out loud.
yeah. I
Um,
think that's what it is for me, to be honest. But maybe
I
if
would
it
just
was
go and
not,
do it somewhere quiet, you know, where no one's going to hear you.
yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing, I guess. Yeah,
Or whisper, you know, at the start. You can just start off, you don't have to say it out really loudly, but you can start off whispering it until you get,
yeah,
eventually, I mean, yoga is all about kind of ego eradicating, you know, because we're trying, our ego is going to be saying, oh, you're doing it wrong, or this sounds weird, or, you know, this doesn't look good, or whatever, like when you're doing lion breath and things like that. But
yeah.
the whole point is that you're just trying to keep switching that thought off and just getting on with it. It's the same as like when you do yoga on the beach, possibly for the first time, you'd be like, well, this is really lovely, but excuse me, I swallowed something away. But people are watching me, and you know, you can be feeling a little bit self-conscious. Whereas you want to just kind of get into your zone, close your eyes and forget about the whole of the outside world. And, you know, it's the meditation is all about really, you know, that mind, body, soul connection. So you've done the yoga, which listens up your whole body. It's actually just prepares you to meditate. And then you
Sure.
get all the benefits if you meditate at the end, because it just channels all the efforts that you've done.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
So it
yeah,
amplifies what you're doing. And yes, the lying down and relaxing meditation is good, but it's actually way more powerful if you can sit up and just do, you know, some of the
focus.
mantra or the
Yeah,
prescribed kind of meditation that goes with that set. Even if it's
sure.
a few minutes, you know, you'll get, it just gives it direction. Apparently, I remember when I started with the Kundalini yoga, and they said that's one of the things that makes it different. You know, in a regular yoga class, all this energy gets generated up. But if you just go into Shavasana at the end and relax, then it kind of just gets really scattered. Whereas if you sit at the end and just close your eyes and focus and channels all the energy well, kind of into yourself, really, you know, so you get all the benefits of it yourself. So it is, and I know sometimes, like whenever I first with Jack when he was really young, I just didn't have time to do the meditation and I let it slide for ages. But this
Yeah,
year I've definitely just got back, I suppose, especially with the level 2 teacher training. It's such a big part
brilliant.
of it, and it kind of,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
really get back into it and just kind of make, it's
Make the
just, it
time.
kind of expands yourself. Like when you make time to do something, you kind of grow into that space. You know, it's all about, like they even say with meditation, you start to control time whenever you sit down and become still. Like you see like this sitting Buddhas and stuff like that. Like when you sit still, you're supposed to be kind of in control of time. rather than it being in control of you all the time. So
Yeah.
it's a really kind of deep element of yoga, and it's really beneficial. You know, they do all styles of yoga. There's so many types of meditation. But it's just sometimes finding a form that you like. You know, the course that we were doing there with Ailish, she does lots of really nice guided meditations, like you're kind of like going for a walk or a journey, and that is a good way of meditating as well. But you know, it's just this whole with the mantras and stuff, it's the whole art of repetition and just trying to like mold your mind into you know, just focus. And also it kind of eradicates, it also like declutters your mind, because you're just like focusing on this one thing, and it lets your whole mind just like start to file away all the other, like it's like it kind of cleanses your subconscious mind or whatever when you meditate too. So it is really beneficial, and it is supposed to be very rejuvenating as well, and gives you more energy. And so it's a good habit to get into. But you know, little steps, you'll get there. You know, even if you find that you did the meditation, it's quite good before bed, or in the
Yeah.
morning, or you know, finding it, or lunchtime, or even if you're maybe having to wait to pick up kids or something and just sit in the car. I mean, you might be a bit more self-conscious if you're chanting, but you could even sit and just listen to it or something, you know.
Of course. Yeah, no, that makes complete sense actually. Yeah, as you say, it's about adjusting to that really, isn't it? And making, and also making the time for it, and saying that it, you know, that it's going to enhance what you're
Getting it
doing really.
slot in, yeah, just
Yeah.
finding like a time in the day that it's going to work. Or you know, I was doing like the Sunday night meditations. That's kind of a nice way to, you know, clear
Yeah.
your head, get ready for the week. And usually it's all about bringing in positivity, and you know, they've usually got really quite powerful benefits for them. So
Yeah.
anyway, we'll do a little bit of stretching. We'll move on and we'll do a little bit of stretching, and we'll do a little bit of this week's meditation. Does that sound all right?
Right. Perfect. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and yeah, sure.
And have you done the have you done today's, was the sun salutation? Have you done
No,
that?
I did the sun salutations this morning. Yeah, I did. I did them.
Okay, well, I was
And
gonna
that's
go.
where, yeah, you were going over to the side, and then you were, putting your legs back. Yeah, no, I did that this morning
Okay, good. So,
and
well,
yesterday.
we could do some more of the standing poses. So this set is called flexibility in the spine, and it starts with the sun salutations as kind of a little warming thing. But maybe we'll just do a few standing stretches, which is for tomorrow. So that means you've like
Sure. Yeah, no, that sounds great, Jen. Yeah.
okay, all right. So let's come up to standing.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that you can see me. I'm trying to use a different part of the room tonight because it's a bit.
No, I can see you well. I've actually got you on my laptop, so yeah, all good.
Okay, all good. All right. So well, we're not going to do a whole lot, but we'll get started. We'll just
Just do you know what, Jen? Just do one or two, honestly, because I have done some. I have been keeping up with the morning ones.
Okay, well, we'll just do a couple of little stretches and then we'll do our meditation. Okay, so starting from standing, just like feet hip distance apart, and just some side stretches.
Yeah.
I was actually teaching this morning as well, but I modified it for, I've got a few, do like a gentle yoga class for some senior ladies.
Oh, lovely. I'm sure they really appreciate it.
Well, I teach exactly what we're doing, but I just make it a little bit more gentle. Start in the chair, but they did all of this today.
Good for them.
And their average age is 80, feet nice and wide.
Brilliant.
And it's amazing, and like when you see these ladies and they're 80 years old, and it's like, you know, it is amazing how they can get up and down to the floor, and you just want to keep that up, don't you?
That old adage, use it or lose it, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, it really is. And that's the thing, it's so easy just to feel like you don't have time to do it, but you can fit a little bit in every day.
Exactly.
Jan was saying that she went off to one of the yoga retreats, but I find whenever I go to the yoga retreats, I work on them doing massage, you know, I can easily do all the yoga, like 2 hours, a 2-hour practice, and it's just all of this every day. It does build up your stamina, you know, compared to that don't do. I think I actually really do feel like you get more benefit doing a little bit every day than you do a big dose,
a big lump,
every week or so. Yeah,
little and often.
Okay, good. And then bringing the feet together, and
Yeah.
then inhale back, and then exhale down. So inhale up. And then exhale down. Just make your hands into fists and rub on the lower back. But I think, yoga is like honoring yourself, and it's your kind of self-care, like medication. But it's also just, you want to be kind to yourself too. And if certain reasons, like you fall behind, you just want to ease yourself back into it, and not be so.
Yeah.
Because I think for women, it's quite easy to get hard on yourself. Like, I can't do this, or I've failed, or whatever. But it's just kind of that habit of just getting back on the wagon again and just keeping it up. And like,
Yeah.
like you're just finding a routine that sits, if Saturdays and Sundays aren't good for you, then that's fine, just do the weekdays.
To be honest, I haven't made it a priority. I mean, I could, to be fair, I could do that if I just organize myself a bit better. I just had that kind of mindset, oh, it's the weekend. Because Sunday, remember we used to do the Sunday evening,
Yes.
It wasn't necessarily a class or like your Monday or Tuesday where you were doing your exercise. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so and then you find the Sunday evenings that easier?
What I mean is, do you know when we started, we used to meet on a Sunday evening. That's what I mean. We did the meditation, really. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe
So
that's kind of a nice time to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, you come to stand sort of facing the short side of your mat, and then take your left leg back. So quite a wide stance. And then bend your front knee. So your right knee slightly bent, overlooking the toes.
Yeah.
Thumbs up in front, like this. And then pull your left thumb back. So your left foot's back, your left thumb's back, and it's archer pose. Relax the shoulders down. This is good for willpower, determination, focus. So you're focusing over your thumb.
Yeah.
Legs nice and strong. Feel nice, stretch the legs. And then step forwards, and we'll do the other side. So this time, bring your right foot back like a nice wide, like maybe one leg length back.
Yeah.
Turn the foot in 45 degrees. And then the front foot, you just want to, you want to bend. So the left knee's bent this time, both thumbs up in front, left thumb stays in front, and then you bring your right thumb back. And you want to just make sure that you're not overextending like this. You want to try and pull your shoulders back so they're directly above your hips.
Yeah.
To the floor, reach up through the crown of your head, and breathe into your tummy. Good. And then stretch forward and relax.
Brilliant.
Okay, and let's come down to the floor, and we'll just go into a little bit of meditation. So for the meditation, I think also as well, because I'll probably just let you just go off and relax at the end. I'm just with the grip, I'm always just trying to think of ways that I can help people a bit more, with that was the idea with the Zoom meetings, but it doesn't always sit people. And actually this month I had really expected to be doing a few more Zooms, but I just got busy as well. So if you or if anybody else thinks of anything else that they would find helpful, like if the Sunday evening things work better, or if there was something that would make it easier to help you try and stay accountable, or anything like that, let me know.
No problem.
Because I'm just trying to find ways that can really help people keep it up. Okay, so this meditation find my book, comes from a fairly deep book. It's called The Mind, and I read this once before. It's written by Yogi Bhajan, and it is very interesting, although I found it, I read this, I actually wrote a couple of essays on it, and then I came back to look at it recently, and I was like, flip, it just seems completely different from the first time. So it's really kind of deep, but it just goes all into, over and over and over again. He talks about how important it is to conquer your mind, and you can conquer the world. Your mind is your best friend and your worst enemy. You know, there's nothing without mind, there's nothing with mind. So it's all about how important it is to take care of your mind, which is also like meditation's kind of cleaning it out and making it strong. Like he says,
Oh, yeah.
because it's like sometimes when I've heard people saying, you know, that they've tried to meditate and they didn't think they could do it. Well, he kind of just describes it as just sitting with your mind, like just sitting with your mind. And there's going to be days,
peace, sort of.
yeah, and there are days when I sit and do my meditation and I'm like, I don't know if I did, you know, if I got anything out of it, because my mind was just thinking about all these things I needed to do or whatever. I was just totally distracted, even though you just keep trying to clear those, push those thoughts aside. And some days you can totally drift off and you can really go, flip, where did the time go? That went so fast. And other times it's like where you're peeking, having a little sneaky peek, so thinking, is that all? I've still got ages to go. So it's just the process of just kind of training yourself to sit down and kind of be with your mind for whatever length of time. Like they kind of suggest about 10 or 11 minutes is a good amount of time. And as you build up, it's like 30 minutes or 60 minutes at a time. So, but yeah, it's just about just mental well-being really, and you know, your mind can just go racing, and we want to just keep pulling our mind back and being in the moment and dealing with every day as it comes along, rather than sometimes we get ourselves overwhelmed, do we? Okay, so this is meditation I picked for today. He's got loads of really great meditations in here. It's called Ap Sahai Hoa Satcha Da Satche Doa Har Har Har. So this meditation, it come from one of their sort of like holy books called the Sri Guru Granth Sahib. And it's a gift to you that will let you penetrate into the unknown without fear. So sometimes, you know, we are fearful, like with things that are going on in the world and everything over the last few years. And at the moment, you know, we're not sure about how that's all going to go, but we want to try and live our life without fear. So this meditation gives you protection and mental balance. So this is a listening one, so you don't actually have to say anything out loud.
Okay.
When you listen to it, so it'll chant, I'll put the music on, it'll chant Ap Sahai Hoa Satcha Da Satcha Doa, and then it's har 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 har. So it's 3 hars, and on those we always pull our navel in and relax. So it's har 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 har. And then well, the idea is that you suspend your breath while you listen to the whole first part, Ap Sahai Hoa Satcha Da Satcha Doa. Then you take a breath in as you go har 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 har. So so it says here, when you hear the word har, pull the navel point in for the 3 words of har, so you do it 3 times, your breath will become a 3-stroke breath of fire. So it's like quite a rapid little, because you're kind of breathing in and out for each har. Then suspend the breath out as you keep the navel point pulled in and listen to the rest of the mantra. So pull the navel point in, hold the breath, and then just before the har starts again, breathe in quickly and repeat again. So have a go. Like I found this, it's quite hard to hold the breath for that length of time. So you might have to kind of adjust it. But that suspending your breath is supposed to be very good for overcoming fear, because I suppose it's like, you know, if you're drowning or something and you've got to like hold your breath, it's kind of, you kind of get that sensation like, oh, I really need to breathe in. And that's supposed to be really good for your lung capacity, but it helps you overcome fear. And you're also not thinking about anything else but your next breath.
Of course, you're focusing.
So we'll put it on and have a go. So just think of the har 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 and try to breathe in and out 3 times, and then hold your breath. Whether it doesn't say, whatever works for you, whether you want to hold the breath in for the first part of the chant or hold the breath out for the first part, whatever suits you. I've been trying to hold my breath out.
And is the breathing through the nose at all times?
All the time through the nose, and then that just har har, because you're just listening to it, you're not actually saying the words.
Sure.
Okay, so let's, do you want me to mute you, or are you happy? Oh, you're muted. Okay, that's grand. Okay, so let's give this a try. Okay, ready for the horse. Okay, last couple of rounds. One more. Okay, good. And then just take a deep breath in. Hold the breath in. Lift and squeeze on root locks, so all the muscles at the base of the trunk of the body, pulling right up your navel, drop the chin, lift the chest, up through the crown of your head. Good, and then exhale. Okay, good, and then stretch your legs out. So, very good. Hopefully, yeah, I mean, I think sometimes in the evening it's quite nice to do your meditation because it helps you kind of switch off from the day and start to get you ready for bed, you know, quietening down your mind. It's just so good rather than going to bed with a million thoughts going on or going straight from your emails, whatever, to sleep. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that.
Oh no, that was great, Jen. Like, thanks so much.
Did you
Honestly,
manage
it was
that
really good.
okay?
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. Thank you very much.
Because I was just thinking when you were in the last retreat, you did really well on the meditations. I have to say that
Yeah.
everyone that I knew, everyone that came who were from the online group
Yes.
did so well because it was like a 2-hour workshop and it was quite
Right.
intense. And I just remember, you know, all the online ones just like bouncing straight up in between all the sessions, you know, like totally like
Yeah.
really energized and ready to go, you know. Whereas there was even like yoga teachers in the group and stuff like that. And I don't think everybody else was like, you know,
Yeah. Uh-huh. Like,
you
it's
know, I
good to hear that actually. Yeah.
could see your fitness levels were really good, you know, with the yoga. It's brilliant for the 2 hours, you know, going from like 15 minutes a day to like a 2-hour
That's
practice. I
true,
thought
actually.
everyone
Yeah. Yeah.
did
I never
really
thought
well.
of it like that. But yeah, that's good to hear. Yeah. Oh no, look, thank you so much, Jen.
Very
Honestly.
welcome.
So
No
it's good to
problem. Well,
have
we're
the
doing,
chat
I've got
anyway.
another day retreat this weekend with Colette, slightly different. If anybody fancies coming along, I've got like this girl who does a sound bath. So the meditation, the yoga is going to be, it's on this month on the 5th, and then we've booked the hall again on the 9th of April, just the weekend before Easter. So it's yoga, kind of focusing with the meditation. I think if it's a nice day, if it's like today, we'd go out.
Yeah.
There's an ancient burial ground behind Lissenduff. We might go
Oh,
out there and do some yoga just to start with. You don't do the whole thing outside because it'll be too cold, but we might just, you can go out and sit in blankets
I know. It's so pretty there though, isn't it? It's beautiful. Port Ballantrae, stunning.
and you know, it's a really sort of magical energy place. So
Yeah.
we'll get, so that might be a nice thing to do. And hopefully, like Colette apparently is really into doing some drumming and stuff like that outside. So we could do it, and it's quite private out there too. So we might go and check that out on Saturday. And then
Yeah.
go back inside for the yoga. And then I've got a nice lunch organized. And then in the afternoon, there's Colette is doing the sound bath, which is amazing.
What is that?
I've been to the last one. There was a friend actually contacted me. He was from New York. He'd moved back home and he had this guy coming over. This was, gosh, about 8 years ago. And he was called the Gong Master Dolph. He was from Denmark or something. He was European. Anyway, and he was looking for places for him. He was going to sort of take him on tour around Ireland.
Oh, right.
I was just teaching in Lisburn at the time, and I thought, I don't know if my lot would really appreciate a sound bath, but I thought we'll give it a try. I was actually working in a martial art club. They were doing cage fighting and stuff, but we had a great turnout, and he was really good. Now he uses the gongs; it's all gongs, but it's quite a masculine. I find it's quite intense energy, the gongs, whereas Colette does the singing bowls, and she's got all the different crystal singing bowls. So to me, it seemed a lot more feminine, and it was
Or gentle. Yeah.
just very relaxing. And she's got loads of different instruments, so she goes from one to the other. And I just put my eye patch on and really try not to fall asleep the whole time. I'm like, don't fall asleep, because it's so good. And then, but it's an hour that you're relaxing for. And then she has like drums and all kinds of different sort of instruments that she mixes in with it. And then while we're doing that, then Jess comes around and does a little bit of hands off, like energy work on each person, just to kind of try and challenge your channel your energy or balance your energy, you know, it should be pretty balanced already after the yoga, the meditation, and
Yeah.
then the sound bath as well. So it's very relaxing. It's nice for me as well because I just kind of work in the morning and then the afternoon I get to float off with everybody else too. It's really good.
Oh, look, that's fantastic. Oh, look, thank you so much, honestly. But look, I'll certainly look out for that, Jen. I'm sorry, I'm just realizing these are just back in from athletics.
Okay,
Look,
no
we'll
worries.
keep in touch anyway. And look, thank
I'll
you
let
so
you
much
go.
for this evening.
No
Take
problem.
care.
You're very welcome. Take
Bye.
care. See you soon. Bye.
Bye, Jen.
Bye. Let me just stop the recording here.